everyone. So I've been getting a decent amount of questions about fungal gnats because everyone's growing houseplants and it can happen. Now, a few things to consider. Fungal gnats may not be fungal gnats. There may be something else called shoreflies. They are different, but they can look very similar. Shoreflies are a little more robust and fly higher. Fungal gnats tend to stay more on the soil, but both of them will produce larvae in the soil, and fungal gnats will actually can eat some of your plant material, whereas usually shoreflies just eat the algae. So one thing to consider is they love wet environments. So the number one thing to check is, are you overwatering your plant? Two, is your plant in a peat moss-based soil, because that's high organic material, stays wet longer. We don't have a problem at the conservatory so much because we use a succulent mix and the soil dries out fast. So monitor that. Two, you can control it. There's not so many controls, but you can control it by laying sand on top as a barrier so the adults don't go back down, lay eggs, and start the cycle over again. You can also put yellow sticky traps around as a control. So I'm going to show you where I'm at is the growth chambers, where a lot of researchers who have just small plots of plants and they grow Arabidopsis, which is sort of like the lab rat of plants. They each have their own little growth chamber. And because these are not plant growers, they don't want to water often. So what they do is they usually start the seeds and the plants in straight peat moss. They don't want to water, so they put them in trays of standing water, and we get a lot of, we actually have shoreflies, not fungal gnats. So I just want to show you what we do and what not to do. So I'm going to open up this chamber here, and you can see that there's sand. You need more sand than this. You need about half an inch of sand, and of course when you water, you need to reapply it. And you can see this only has one yellow sticky trap. You need more. And the standing water, that's not ideal. Ideally, you want the water to drain away, and you want to make the environment not so nice for them. There is one product, Natrol, G-N-A-T-R-O-L. It's a bacillus, the thuringiensis, that you can use, but between switching out your soil to something that's not so peat moss based, watching the water, and doing a barrier treatment like the sand and using yellow sticky traps, you can control those fungal gnats or shoreflies.